Hello everyone, today I bring to you the move called en passant. And en passant, just to clarify, I've cleared the board, and en passant happens with pawns. It is rarely used, so you have to be really vigilant to spot it. And sometimes, rare times, you can even go into a checkmate with a en passant. Again, it's rare, but you gotta keep it one of the tricks in the pocket. So what is en passant? En passant is in passing. It happens only on the 4th rank or the 5th rank, depending who you're doing the en passanting. Who's doing, whether white is doing the en passanting or black. So let's start with white doing the en passant. So when white is doing the en passant, it will happen on the 5th rank. Why? Because these are the rules. Let's say the pawn has moved, something else here has moved, black has moved, and the pawn has moved, and something else in the black has moved, and the pawn has landed on rank 5. This is where the en passant happens, and it only happens when the black decides to move for the first time and decides to move the 2-step. I call it the 2-step. So if it moves the 2-step, not the 1-step, because that's not wouldn't be en passant, because you can therefore directly take if that happened 1 step. So because the pawn is doing a 2-step here, moving to the 5th rank on its first move, and only on its first move can white decide to do en passant or not. And en passant would be that you would take, but going diagonally this way, as though it was on the 6th rank. So you move the pawn here and the black pawn disappears. So that is how en passant is done. It's basically to give you one chance to take that pawn. If you decide to do another move and then go back to this situation, it's too late. You can only do it when the black pawn goes to the 5th rank on its first move. And you can see, if the pawn is back over here in its original position, you are side to side. When you are side to side like this, it doesn't matter how many moves you've made. It matters that your opposition has made the first move to the 5th rank. And that's when you can do en passant. Okay, so now let's do the same thing, but for black doing the en passant. Where do you think that's going to happen? On what rank? That is correct, on the 4th rank. Because the white's first move for pawn, the pawn, we're talking only about pawns. This is only en passant, only works and is done with pawns on the 4th rank, because that's where white's first move will be. So let's see, the white has moved, correct, some other move, and then black has moved, and then white has moved, and black has moved, white has moved some piece, and voila, you are now, as the black pawn is on the 4th rank. That is the place where you can do en passant with the white pawn, because next move, let's say he or she decides to go to make its first move to the 4th rank. Again, please notice they're side by side. Black has the opportunity to do en passant here. This is the only time black can do en passant. If it does another move and it goes back, it's not allowed. So this is how en passant would work. Voila, and you are now taking that off the board. So this is what en passant is. If you have any questions, please write them below this video. Have a wonderful morning, evening, afternoon. Au revoir.